Hi friends, this is Virendra. So in this video, we are going to see about a new amendment or the new notification for Pharmacy Practice Regulations 2021. So it is saying that it is a good news for family people. So till now, the family people, we don't have any perfect job titles from the government of India. So the PCI notification which is released on 30th June 2021. I don't go in detail about each and every regulation about this notification. Just I am covering what are the duties and what are the job titles we are having for the family people. So this is helpful or the good news for family people, those who are going to join for family or those who are pursuing or who have passed out with the family degree. So the first post we can see the drug information pharmacist in the drug information center in hospital. So for every hospital or the multi-specialty hospital, so they must contain drug information center or the poison information center, DIC or PIC. So it must contain drug information pharmacist. So we are eligible for the drug information pharmacist as the duties will be explained in the below. So what are the duties of the drug information pharmacist? So it is advise. So we are having, we must provide the information and we have to advise about the information about the drug interactions of the particular prescription or the side effects of the particular drug or dosage and proper medication storage for the patients or physicians, dentists and other healthcare professionals. So what is our duty? It is to just advise to them about what are the prescription errors or medication errors to anyone. So we can deal with the patients, like counseling you have to do for the patients, or we can say any errors or any interactions with the patients in the previous collected by the previous medication history or the medical history of the patient. With the pharmacists we can discuss, the physicians and the dentists and other healthcare professionals we can discuss. And the next, so in this point, what are the duties? We are having 8 duties has been mentioned in this notification, that is provide drug information to the patients, or we can give for the caregivers like patient relatives and healthcare professionals. Okay, so we have to give the every drug information. So what is your duty? So while studying in the family, so you have to know each and every drug. So its mechanism of action, side effects, to which drug it will be cause drug interactions or food and drug interactions, or whatever the ADRs, minor ADRs, major ADRs or moderate ADRs which they will occur, and what is the dose requirement, what is the maximum dose. So each and every point you have to study in your family career. So then you can have the complete knowledge, and also you have to study about the counseling. So when you are giving any medication, so you can see what is the counseling you can give, or disease wise counseling also you must be prepared before getting into it. So first thing we have to give the provide drug information to the patients, caregivers and healthcare professionals. So next one, we have to prepare tip sheets or the pamphlets, or we can also prepare newsletters with the ongoing topics, and we can circulate those material to the healthcare professionals. And we also use for the optimization of the medication use, general health, and select some clinical questions which can be answered by you people. Next point we can see, we can educate the healthcare professionals on safe and effective medication use. So but how you can educate them means, so we can use some type of documents, or we can pass the policies which has to be approved by the management, or we can prepare or develop the resources to communicate these information. So if there is any new drug has been approved by the CDSCO in India, or any new drug has been approved by the FDA, so we have to collect those information, and every pharmacy students, so those who are working in the drug information center or as a drug information pharmacist, so you have to update each and every minute, so that you can circulate these resources and communicate with the healthcare professionals. Next thing what you have to do, so you have to lead or participating in continuous education service for healthcare professionals. So you have to conduct seminars, or you have to conduct some webinars like that for the healthcare professionals, and you have to pass the information. Suppose if in the hospital or when the person or patient or any healthcare professionals have been reached to the drug information center and asking about any drug or medication, or when you are reviewing the prescription, if there is patient is explaining any errors or drug interactions or if the patient experiences, so those things you have to collect and you have to circulate to these healthcare professionals. So next, percept and educate the pharmacy students and residents, even the B.Pharm students. So in the fourth B.Pharm, they are having the clinical oriented subjects also. So you have to give the knowledge to the B.Pharm people. So those B.Pharm students can also work in the hospital as a hospital pharmacist, and they can work as a community pharmacist, like that. And participating in quality improvement research projects and drug cost analysis. So you have to make patient economic, and you have to help for the economic benefit of the patients, and you have to contribute for the biomedical literatures and provide peer review for other contributors. So we have to do this one. So we have to collect a more amount of information, even if for particular drug. So in 2018 or 19, we have seen that ranitidine has been, Gintac has been back call for this FDA. So why it has been called? So because it contains some of this cancer causing agents, like that. So we have to update yourself, and you have to collect the information, and you have to provide to these healthcare professionals. So these are some of the duties which have been given for the drug information. Seeing for the next position for this PharmD people is clinical pharmacist, and they must work in the hospital, and many duties have been given for this clinical pharmacist. So to explain these all duties, even in your PharmD student career, so you are doing every work in your hospital, that MOU along with your pharmacy college. So I will cover as fast as possible to complete these points are the duties. So what we have to do, we have to provide the patient health care, so that will helpful for the medication improvement and are providing the rational therapy, and which is helpful for the promoting their health and wellness and disease prevention. So this disease prevention and promoting health and wellness of the patient, they must be do with the collaboration with the physicians and other healthcare professionals. So we must not say this is the problem, we must not insist any healthcare professional, but we must do, or we can advise, or with the advice to the physicians or the healthcare professionals, or we must be in collaboration, or we have to maintain a good relationship with the physicians and healthcare persons, so that it will be helpful for the benefit of the patient health, or prevention of the disease, or by symptomatic relief, or for the patient, or pharmaceutical care for the patient. Next, we have to evaluate for the Medicare coverage requirements requests, and we can go for the compliance of all the clinical procedures. So we must be in compliance, we must be attached with all clinical procedures, we have to know the clinical procedures, and we have to in a position to cover these clinical procedures. So next, we have to coordinate the pharmacy staffs and the medical staff for regular interventions of the particular drug or the prescriptions, or whoever the new drugs have been coming, and we have to evaluate all the usage of the drugs, and we have to what are the amount of the drug, doses of the drug we have to give. So we have to check whether any ADRs are present, or we have to ensure that before discharging of the patient there is no ADRs which are present. And what we have to do, so we have to assist all the patients with assessment of the patient orders. So we have to check the complete prescription of the patient, and we have to check any prescription infusions we can assist, or we have to issue adherence to laws and regulations. So we must know whatever the medical legal laws and regulations which have to be followed. And we have to gather and maintain and analyze of all the laboratory data. So where we will get this laboratory data? So you have in the PharmD career, in the clinical pharmacy, in the fourth PharmD year. So you can see in the study in the clinical pharmacy about each and every clinical laboratory data, the blood parameters or the kidney function test or liver function test. Every data you have to learn, and what is that? So suppose if you are having the CRP level, so C-reacting protein level. So what is the C-reacting protein, and what is it is useful? So when we have to go for the testing, so in increase what happens, decrease what happens, each and every data we have to study in the fourth PharmD stage itself. So next what we have to record all the required patient information which which is helpful, like past medical history or so medication history, like surgical history or allergies, everything you have to record whatever the required patient information, and we have to recommendation for the changes in the doses if any, like if any drug interactions or medication errors. So we can advise the physician, we can take whatever the requirement for the changes, and administering and complete all pharmaceutical care plans like ADR monitoring or medication error monitoring, everything from what are the pharmacy care plans you have to follow. And we have to perform the reconciliation of all the medications and supervise the sterile mixing process. So we must also participate in the sterile mixing processes. So whether the drug has been expired or whether the drug has been administered properly or not. So we have to check about review all the medications and equipments, and managing all the communication with the pharmacists or physicians and patients. So we are the barriers for the physician and patients. So there must be a good relationship or communication should be developed in relation with the pharmacist and the patients and the physicians, and to assist to resolve any patients within the required time frame. We have to, any patient requirements have been there, so we have to resolve and we have to maintain the record of all the medications which are used by the particular every patient. So there must be absence of the discrepancies. So whatever any problems, so we must ensure that before discharging, and we have to analyze the side effects and drug interactions, and we have to collect the clinical information for monitoring purposes. So if we are using a narrow therapeutic index drug, so we have to monitor the patients. So like that, we have to retrieve the clinical information, and we have to do the medication use processes, and we have to coordinate with all the medical care managers, or if the patient is can get any medical coverages, we have to collect them, and we have to participate in all the patient associated meetings. So we have to conduct the meetings about the particular case discussions, or if the hospital setup has been or in any particular department has conducting any these healthcare meetings, so we have to attend for them, and we can prepare all the clinical documents which are available to assist for the healthcare professionals, and participate in all the call qualities of the pharmacists, and we have to evaluate the pharmacy claim data and identify all the clinical savings. So we have to make the economically beneficial to the patient, and we have to make the patient to reduce his cost during his hospitalization visits, and we have to attend for the therapeutic and pharmacy committee meetings which are conducted by these hospitals, or we can participate or we can lead for these meetings, and design and maintain all the clinical team members to ensure the optimal services, and to provide the clinical programs. We must conduct any special tests like malaria day. We have to create awareness and prevention steps, everything, and evaluating all the data to administer the drug utilization patterns. So in the PharmD 5th year, you are conducting many projects. In that drug utilization patterns, you can conduct drug utilization evaluation. So like that, you can conduct and you can improve your knowledge. Based upon that, you can perform this in the clinical pharmacist course. And monitoring all departmental activities and analyzing all quality improvement activities. And we have to present the annual studies for the management, and we can set up annual plans for that particular annual care plan for the hospital. So which hospital must be benefited for your view, and serve as a drug information resource, and contribute to the drug use management activities, and work with other faculty on drug information services related to the projects when you need it. So if you are finding any ADRs or drug interaction for the particular drug which has not available previously, so we can start a research project on that, and we can get the funding from the government sectors. So like that, there has been given many number of the duties of a clinical pharmacist. So there are some also interesting. So we have given about the clinical pharmacist. So what you have the requirement of the clinical pharmacist and what they can go. So they must in the what they have to do. They have to participate in the drug utilization activities and quality assurance activities, ambulatory care experiences, and they have to participate in the research and analyze medical literatures like drug information, disease states, clinical practice guidelines. So they must be prepared during this PharmD career, student career, and they can involve in the clinical pharmacist. And they can see I have given the complexity of the work and what is the scope and effect of their work while discharging his duties. So and the instructions and guidelines for the clinical pharmacist has been given, like they have to prepare work plan, annual work plan, and they have to participate in the standard operating procedures and hospital guidelines, and they have to complete their pharmaceutical cares and services to the patient, and which will be helpful for the hospitals, and there must be maintain a work relationship, a good relationship with the hospital management or the healthcare professionals with the patient to produce or to provide the patient best patient care. So this is the new notification which has been. So I hope everyone understand, every family people or the some of the healthcare professionals, those who are seeing this video have understand about this new regulation, and what is the position of the, or what are the duties can a clinical pharmacist or the drug information pharmacist can do in specifically a PharmD people or a PharmD student or PharmD person can do in the hospital setup. So please, I request those hospital management to give the opportunity for the PharmD people or help them or utilize their services so that it will be helpful for the patient care, or we can give the better patient care which will helpful for the growth of this hospital services or growth of the patient development in India. So thank you for watching. Thank you.